brought to you by The Grind. Go ahead and check us out on all social media at The Grind Calls. Instagrams, Twitters, TikToks. Our TikToks are fire. Go check them out. And also don't forget to go check out thegrindcalls.com, where we like to celebrate the things that we love by bringing you pop culture positivity. So a little bit of housekeeping just so you guys know. As you can tell, studio not looking the same, looking a little bare, looking a little boring. I know, I get it. Here's the thing. In the process of moving. Am I going to have another studio? I don't know, but I do know I have to be out of this studio, so that sucks. It does. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to keep doing our best to bring you all the pop culture positivity that we can. And yeah, so it's, we're going to do what we can. Also, I do, since I am in the process of moving, I do not have my computer right in front of me, so there might be some times I gotta, use the old phone, look up some things. So I do apologize about that, but it is what it is. We're making do. We're bringing the content. We're bringing the positivity. We are answering the call for another movie review. Do not forget that every time that we have another movie review, these are spoilers. We're going to be talking spoilers. We're going to talk about what happened in the film. We're going to talk about post-credits. We're going to talk about whatever it is that we need to talk about to get through the film. And it's going to be spoiler heavy. So if you have not seen the movie, then you're going to want to press pause, come back, and we'll talk about it later. All right, let's get into it. The Harder They Fall. Brand new from Netflix. Oof, this was a good movie, man. I was on the edge of my seat from start to finish. So much fun, and one hell of a cast. Now let's take a look at this cast, man. You got King the Conqueror himself, aka Jonathan Majors, as real life character Nate Love, Idris Elba as Rufus Buck, Zazie Beetz as Stagecoach Mary, Regina King as Trudy Smith, Delroy Lindo as Bass Reeves, Lakeith Stanfield, a.k.a. Snoop Dogg, as Cherokee Bill, R.J. Seiler, the Blue Power Ranger, as Jim Beckworth, Danielle Deadweiler as Cuffy, a character who was modeled after the real Cathay Williams, Eddie Gathegi as Bill Pickett, Dion Cole as Wiley Esco, Damon Wayans Jr. as Monroe Grimes, DeWanda Wise as Eleanor Love, and Julio Cesar Cedro as Cortez. Now, the cool thing about this movie is while the movie itself, the events of the film are completely fictional, every character in this movie were real people. These were people back in the West, back in Wild Wild West. They were gangsters, they were criminals, they were who they were, the marshal, sheriff, and all that. But now the events of the film did not actually happen. So it's a really cool way to look at a based on a true story kind of thing. While the story's not true, the participants are. I don't know. It's an interesting way that the director, who once again I gotta look up his name, and again, sorry, I'm using my phone, but it is what it is. James Samuel, who also did, I think he did the cinematography. He wrote it. He helped produce it, obviously. He did not do the cinematography, but he did do the music. So the music is one of the key aspects of this film. Music fits really well into the film. And I think that's because the director scored the film himself. Now, the music is a good mix of Wild Wild West and hip-hop, and or I guess Western and hip-hop, whatever you want to do. Not country music, but music you would think would be in a Western, and country music and hip-hop. So it works, it blends really well together, and the style of this film is off the charts. This guy knew what he wanted. He knew what his vision was. It started off feeling a lot like a Quentin Tarantino, like a Django Unchained or a Hateful Eight, but had its own flair to it. You tell this guy saw this in his head his whole life and wanted to make this movie. And he made it the way he wanted to make it, and it works on every single level. The cast phenomenal. So the story of The Harder They Fall is about a bank robber, a criminal, a gangster, whatever you want to call him, the Old West, whatever, a cowboy, who kills, open up, kills homie's mom, dad, cuts a cross into his head. Years later, Jonathan Majors is Nate Love, the kid that had the cross cut in his head, and he wants to hunt down everyone that was involved in that, which he does. Unfortunately, Idris Elba, Rufus Buck, is doing life in prison, and he can't get to him until Cherokee Bill and Trudy Smith break him out, and he goes back, takes over his old town of Redwood, and Nate Love's like, yo, the Nate Love gang, we're going to get him. And that's what it is. When you think Western, you think revenge tale, and that's what this is, but it's not your run-of-the-mill revenge tale. It just works on every character has, their own aspects, and while some of them I would have liked to see more on, like Eddie Gathke's Bill Pickett, I would have liked a little bit more on his character. They don't really give you a lot. It's kind of just, he's a sniper, and, he's part of the gang. That's what you get for him. But, in this movie, they did so much. I don't know if they had time to put more in there, and that's why we didn't get so much on there. But the whole film really just seems to work. Going with the story, having fun with it. You're on the edge of your seat, and it takes a couple turns that you don't expect to happen. Like when you think of a Western, you think things are gonna go down a certain way. They don't. They take a left instead of a right, and you're like, oh, did not see that coming. So it's able to keep you entertained and not be very predictable, and I think that's the fun in this film. It's good to see, there's not a lot of Westerns that come out these days that are always like over the top fun like that, and this one really does work like it, and I had a lot of fun watching it. I do feel I want to see more within this world. I don't know if I want to see, backstories of what led to Rufus Buck getting arrested, what was the final, when he got locked up, and what does Nate Love do after this movie, things like that. Where do we go from here? Are there more stories with these characters to tell? I don't know, because I don't know the history of these characters, and I would love to go learn more about them, and this movie has made me want to go look up these real people and figure out what adventures they actually did go on, since this is a made-up adventure. Did these guys really all interact with each other, or were they just different people picked up and put into a story? I don't know. Flip a coin, figure it out. I'm not sure. But what I do know is Jonathan Majors, this dude is turning out to be one of the next big talents that we have. He is a superstar in the making. He holds his own against Idris Elba. The guys go back and forth, and he's right on the level with Elba. And Elba is a top-notch talent that we already know about. And they have surrounded these two with Regina King and Zazie Beetz. Zazie Beetz, who I love with all my heart. And Regina King, who is one of the best working actresses today, and R.J. Seiler, and everybody in this, Lindo, it's just an incredible cast of characters, and they all mesh so well together. James Samuel did a great job at lining all these people up and putting this film together. It's really good. Matter of fact, The Harder They Fall is so dope. Now, are you excited about this? What did you enjoy it? Let me know. Get down in the comments below. Have you seen? What did you think of The Harder They Fall on Netflix? Would you like to go and revisit this world? Get down in the comments. Be positive. Let us know what you liked. If there's things you didn't like, go ahead. Tell me. There's not much that I didn't like about this film. So go ahead and let me know. As always, don't forget, follow us on all the social medias at The Grind Calls, Twitter, Instagram, as well as TikTok. And don't forget to check out your Popculture Positivity, where we celebrate the things that we love, on thegrindcalls.com. The Grind Calls, and we answer that call.